Welcome, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a great week despite the weather turning on us. Happy to get back to 70, 80 degrees again sometime soon. Let's get right into it. Mortgage applications showing up 5% for both purchases and refinances. So good activity despite interest rates creeping up on us. Jobless claims, those filing for the very first time, no change in initial claims, but continuing up 2,000. Of note this week was retail sales for the month of March, up 0.7%, which beat expectations of 0.3%. A lot of that coming from online sales, but there is less discretionary spending. So think electronics, big appliances, cars, that type of thing down. We did get existing home sales for the month of March, showing that we were down 4.3% month over month. Median home price went to $394,000. That's up 2.3% month over month. But remember, median home price represents that midpoint where 50% of the homes sold over that price point and 50% sold less. So for it to go up a little bit just means that homes sold at a slightly higher price over the past month. Now, inventory did tick up, so that's also a good sign, up to 1.1 million units, showing that we are at 3.2 months supply, but still below what a normal market is at 4.6 months. And then days on market, we did drop down from 38 days to 33. So the activity is showing that we are increasing a little bit as we head into the spring months. Not only like I said, inventory up a little bit, homes selling a little bit faster, but even sold over list, very interestingly, up 29% from 20%. That's pretty big, a big shift for being so early in the market. And we certainly hope to not get back to where we were a couple of years ago, where 60% of homes were going over list. First-time homebuyer activity went from 26% to 32%. And usually with these numbers, we only see a little bit of difference, like plus or minus 1 or 2%. Seeing a lot of big difference in these numbers for the month of March. Cash buyers dropped from 33% to 28%, and investors dropped from 21% to 15%. So it looks like first-time homebuyers are getting serious out there, knowing that now is a very good time to get into the market when home prices continue to appreciate. Get in before it gets more costly, and get in before the rates come down and you have a lot more competition. I want to show you a few slides here, particularly these two on the right. You can see this is the activity of that percentage of properties that sold over list over the past several years, hitting our peak in 2022. But you can see we are now trending up right now for over list, again at that 29% mark. And right below that, you can see the number of offers per listing. We're now at 3.2 offers for each home, each seller having the opportunity to consider about 3 offers at this time. So definitely showing some competition. Now, here's some stats on the Denver market. This goes back to February. March is not available just yet, but what I wanted to point out here again, you can see that the active listing numbers is up, and that the average sales price, this is the average, so it takes every home for sale, average that over the number sold. $673,000 for Denver, quite a bit different than the national average, no surprise. All right, so also this week did get some more intel on the NAR settlement, how Freddie and Fannie are going to be handling when the seller does cover the buyer's agent commission. It will not be considered in any part of cap when a seller is also offering a seller concession. Seller concession can provide basically do a concession to help cover a buyer's cost for closing costs, pay any points, to buy down the rate, that type of thing. But the commission from the agent will not be considered in that number. Now, this is not new to Colorado. This is normal. This is how Colorado has been for the past several years. More of an impact to outside markets, other states. So not alarming. It just confirms for us that things can stay as status quo in Colorado. And bear in mind, with this lawsuit, still a lot of people up in arms about it. This lawsuit, again, has more impact to first-time homebuyers. If sellers dig their heels in and say that they're not going to pay agent commissions on the buyer side, it impacts the first-time home buyers who are maybe a little more cash strapped, don't have the ability to fall back from proceeds on a home that they're selling. They're just getting into the market. And you as a seller, if you're going to dig your heels in that way, you're probably going to limit the number of offers that you get, because they're just not that. There aren't an exceptional number of buyers that can handle paying the down payment, closing cost, and the agent's commission. And remember, you as a seller, when you bought your house, you likely did not pay your agent's commission to help you buy that house. So it just comes full circle for you that when you bought, you didn't pay your commission, and now you're selling, so you will pay that buyer's commission, but you have the luxury of using your proceeds to purchase your next home and not have to pay that buyer's commission on your next purchase. The system works this way, and it's always been this way. That's always been up for discussion. Who would pay commissions, how much commission would be paid. This just brings the discussion to the forefront. But this system has worked in this industry for years. So hopefully sellers will see that to try and prevent paying commissions on the buyer side will be detrimental to them as well. It doesn't hurt just first-time home buyers, but them as well, not having the number of available buyers to offer on their property. Just my 10 cents. Be curious to see what anybody else has to say about that. Still too early in the process. DOJ still having not final ruled on this whole settlement, but curious to hear what your thoughts are as we continue to work through the weeds on this settlement. Let's go into the charts really quick. You can see that it's been kind of a rough week for the last 2 weeks. Really hit some negative ground last week, and haven't been able to make up, even hit where we ended last week. We haven't been able to make that up. A little bit tough sledding right now. So interest rates did go up, but again, activity is still there. People still know it's a good time to buy, and it's smart to get in the market now, because like I said, when interest rates do come down, and it's inevitable they will, they cannot stay this high forever. It will lead to a lot more competition. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I do appreciate any of your likes, your shares, or your comments. I will get back to you. Otherwise, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you next week.